Before the 90 days, where love is online, the math is never mathing, and common sense missed the flight. I'm recapping the nonsense, the scams, and the audacity. You're watching Kinda Unhinged. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another Before the 90 Days video, and we are on season 8, episode 11. So we begin this episode with Lisa telling Daniel that the lady that she accused him of talking to has now blocked her. And he was like, why would she block you? And she's like, I don't know. I'm starting to think that maybe she was jealous of us, and I'm not going to worry about it anymore. And Daniel's like, okay, well, you need to get dressed so we can go meet the king. So apparently he's taking her to meet the king of their tribe, and he's hoping to get a blessing from him to get married to her. So then we catch back up with Zied and Emma where we left off, and he says that he can't trust her and he doesn't want to be with her anymore. And he says that he wants to go home. And Emma's like, you're just gonna leave me here? And he was like, yeah. So he's done with her, he's breaking up, and Emma starts crashing out. She's like, well, you're just a liar. Like, you want to break up with me over one little thing. And it's not just one little thing. Like, this is a huge thing that you could have been honest about from the jump, and he probably wouldn't have reacted like this. But she starts saying, well, tell them how you slept with me. You don't want to tell them that, do you? And Zied has just completely checked out. Like, he is just completely over it. And honestly, I can't blame him, because you can't start off your relationship lying and then expecting somebody to propose to you and be okay with you. Then we finally get to see the picture that Aunt Spring showed to Stig. And it's a picture of him with a girl like kissing her like on her neck or on her cheek. And he's like, that's just a fan. And she was like, well, what about this text where you're telling her that you love her? And he was like, I don't know anything about that text, but that's just a fan. And Aunt Spring was like, well, that's Corinth's friend. And Corinth is Aunt Spring's niece. So she calls her over there, and Aviva is now just sitting at the table by herself, like doesn't know what's going on. And Corinth comes over and she's like, my friend says that you go and meet up with her all the time. And she says that you're her man. And he was like, I don't know what you're talking about. That's just a fan. And she was like, I don't think my friend would lie about that. She has no reason to lie. Where were you at on February 7th? And he was like, I don't know. I think I was. And he named some other place. She was like, no, you were here and you were with my friend. And he just denies it. And Aunt Spring is like, look, either you're gonna come clean and tell Aviva, or I'm gonna tell her and it's gonna be much worse. And he's like, all right, fine, I'll tell her. And he says that she's just trying to project what she went through with her ex onto him, and he's not like that. So then we see Forrest and Sheena go to the mall, and they like get dressed up in these character theme outfits. He's asking her to just please be more honest with him going forward. And she agrees, and she says that the reason that she lied was because she was afraid of losing him, and that the last guy that she was with, she dated him for 3 years, and then she found out that he was cheating on her the entire time. And she internalized a lot of that and felt like she was the reason that he cheated. And she felt like if she was a better woman, that he wouldn't have cheated. So now that she has Forrest, she's trying to hang on to him, and she'll basically do anything not to lose him. Then a new character is unlocked, and we meet Elise, who goes to meet up with her parents to tell them that she is going to Australia to meet a man that she met online. And her parents are skeptical because apparently the last guy that she had stole her identity and racked up $500,000 in debt, and her dad had to bail her out. So they're not trusting her judgment at all. So now Lisa and Daniel have arrived to get their blessing from the king. And then when the king calls Lisa up to him, he asks her, are you sure you're going to take good care of Daniel? And she's like, yes. And the king says, I don't think so. And then Lisa starts laughing, and the king is pissed. He said, why are you laughing? And he makes her go sit back down over there beside Daniel. And Daniel is, of course, mortified because now she's disrespected the king. And he was like, why are you laughing? Do you take me as a joke? Are you laughing at me? And she's like, no, it was a nervous laugh. And then Daniel gets up and defends her. And so the king was like, okay, come back over here. She comes back over there, and he's like, look, you do not laugh when you're in my presence unless I laugh. If I laugh, then you can laugh. And he says that the ancestors have accepted her, and he gives her his blessing. And then, of course, they celebrate and they dance. And then in the back of Lisa's mind, she's thinking about the fact that she has to tell Daniel about her past and the fact that she's still married. Then we get a scene with Laura calling Michael to check in with him, and he tells her that he misses her, and he's like, how's everything going? And she tells him everything that happened with BeerCon, with the gambling addiction, with him being in debt. And Michael was like, well, I think you need to come home. I would feel more safe with you coming home. She's like, I don't want to come home. I'm still trying to fill him out. And then Michael asks her if it's okay if he comes out there so that he can meet BeerCon. And Laura is hesitant about this. She says that she needs to talk it through with BeerCon. But really, she feels like Michael has ulterior motives for wanting to come out there. And obviously he does. He wants to be with her. He's not completely wrong in saying that BeerCon is a red flag, but he definitely has ulterior motives because he wants to be with her. So later on that night, Stig tells Aviva what happened with him and her Aunt Spring. And Aviva is confused. She's like, Corinne has no reason to lie about her friend saying that she's in a relationship with you. And he's like, well, I'm not in a relationship with this girl. She's a fan. That's how these fans act. And Aviva was like, well, I need to see the picture and the text messages for myself, and then I'll decide what I'm going to do. So then we see Elise meeting up with her friends, and she's telling them a little bit more about Josh. And then she tells them that he lives with his parents and he doesn't have enough money to live by himself. He would have to live with a roommate. And they're like, at 39, that's a red flag. But of course, she doesn't see it that way. And she says that him not having a lot of money is not a big deal to her. So we end the night off with Forrest and Sheena. And Forrest proposes to Sheena and she says yes. So they go to tell his mom and Dev that they're engaged. And his mom goes off. She was like, what happened to you holding off and trying to let her prove herself? Why am I even over here in another country if you're not going to listen to any of my advice? You've just messed up your whole life. And I mean, she is pissed. And that's pretty much it for this episode. You guys let me know what y'all thought about it in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you want more 90 Day Fiancé content, then go ahead and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.